Another episode of Cordelia's Passion. Today I'm welcoming Danni and Donte.
Hey guys.
D&D, and this is them.
Right.
So I wanted to start with, I'm going to start with Donte. So just introduce yourself. You guys are both photographers. I'm sorry, audience, I forgot to say that. They're both photographers.
She's actually a capture journalist and media consultant.
Okay, sorry. So,
that's okay.
But you're the photographer. We're going to get to you.
I'm the photographer and the businessman, yes.
You have your website, you have your company.
Absolutely.
That's why you're here, to promote your company.
I am.
But just tell me a little bit about yourself, like where you from, things like that, your background, yeah.
Okay, well, my name is Donte Fountain, born and raised Boston, Massachusetts, home of the brave, of course. I started Capture 412 back in 2015, just at the point in my life where I'm like, I just want to follow with the people behind me. They gave me the fire and inspiration that I needed to start it, and here we are.
Here we are. So now, this is my next question. When did you realize that you love photography? When did you realize you like taking photos? At what age did you say that or image did you see that you're like, I want to capture that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what age did you really like notice like your eye and wanting to capture moments?
Well, to be honest with you, for whatever reason, I've always had a fascination with cameras. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember being a kid and watching Home Alone and everything, and the camera that he was using and everything like that. And it's just, something about cameras always fascinated me, but I never really thought too much of it. In high school, there was actually a photography class, which I didn't get to take, but it was something that I was always interested in. And the pictures that actually made me pursue my career in photography was my cousin Brittany and Shadi, their wedding, and the photographer was, of course, doing his thing, and me, I'm on my iPhone and I'm taking shots and just doing my thing, and I go home and edit them, and I'm like, wow, these are like amazing. So
taking shots at the moment.
Yeah.
Like were you taking shots? Okay, I'm not.
Shots.
Anyways, so do you think? Right. Do you think? My next question is: do you think that photography is a dying art? Like, do you think that? Do you think it's a dying art form, like with all the like social media and all, like people with iPhones and things like people thinking it? Do you think that it's a dying art form in the art world? You know what I mean?
Not at all, because every picture can be considered art. You know what I mean? Depending on what exactly you're looking for. You know what I mean? Everybody has their own eye, and every eye is different. That's what makes photography so amazing, because you get all of these different perspectives, you know what I'm saying? So with that, I think if anything, with everybody taking selfies and everything like that, if anything, photography is probably more popular than it has ever been before.
Okay. So now, what's your favorite, like what catches your eye? Like what moments catch your eye that make you want to, but that's a stupid question for a photographer, but what moments like draw you in? Like, I remember I was with my friend and we were driving maybe last week, and there was an older black gentleman. He was sitting on top of a rock, and it was just like this random moment. He was playing a trombone or something like that, and he was just sitting there, and I looked and I said, wow. I'm not a photographer, but I'm like, that's a moment.
Yeah.
It was just like really powerful, And like moments like that, like what moment like gets you?
You know what? It's funny how it happens. It's like, when I see something, my brain tells me like, oh, that would be a great frame there and everything like that. So sometimes I'm not always accessible to my camera, so I'll do it on my phone or whatever. But anything I try to capture whenever, I get inspired, I try to do so. So you'll see, pictures of me just, with trees or anything like that on the go and on my way to work or whatever, just anything that really catches my eye. I try to capture.
You try to capture the moment.
Absolutely.
So now, I think I'm gonna start. Asking you interesting questions because this is what I do. This is Friday.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Really, really, really not trying to be serious because
Okay.
I'm not really a serious type of person, and that's not my lane.
There you go.
You know, some people that's their lane. It's just not mine.
Well, you picked the right people to interview today. You can't take yourself too seriously.
It's
Friday.
I'm not trying to be like.
We made it another week.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be like. I'm a philosopher. Life is so deep right now.
There you go.
But no, nobody wants to hear that. And sometimes those people, but sometimes you people like that, like you really get on my nerves, and you gotta kind of loosen up sometimes. Anyway, sorry, guys, it's Friday. I'm a little shady.
I know people who are philosophers who like to put up powerful Facebook quotes. I'd be like, yes,
good for you. You Facebook quoters, you're amazing. But this is Friday.
It is Friday.
So sometimes you Facebook quoters go out and watch like Eddie Murphy, like
something
or something, and calm down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know.
So this is a question I want to ask.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you some fun questions now. So, what do you remember about getting your first haircut at the barbershop, and how did you feel?
Oh man, you know what's so funny about that is the first time I went to the barbershop, of course my dad took me, and we went to Rainbows, which everybody around Boston, y'all should know Earl, you know, at Rainbows. Shout out to him. Shout out to Earl at Rainbows, you know. But they actually took a picture because I had this like massive fro, and Earl, I kid you not, he had it plastered on his mirror for ages, and you know it was years before I went back because my grandfather started cutting hair there, and when I went back with him, and I'm like, what is this kid? That's me. Oh, good. So it was funny. I remember, you know, sitting on, they have like a little, you know, booster seat for the young ones, you know, in the chair and everything, and me sitting there. I was a little nervous, you know, but you know, it was great.
You couldn't give you shots at that age, though.
No.
You couldn't give you shots. It's not the same as being at the wedding.
No.
Shots for little kids.
Right. I mean, granted, parents do what they want with their kids.
No, we don't want to give the kids. No shots.
No shots.
So that was your first. I'm getting to you. Cause you know, yeah. So we're gonna keep the train running down the tracks. So, what is your favorite backyard barbecue song go?
Oh, I was waiting for you to ask me this. Okay, so one, I have to know if we have enough time because I have quite a few.
No, you can't. It's just two.
Just two?
A limit of two.
Okay.
Sir, thanks.
Okay. Marvin Gaye, Got to Give It Up.
That's cool.
Yes. Come on.
Give it up.
Come on. This is hard. You can't tell me to narrow it down to two. All right, I'm gonna go Earth, Wind, and Fire, September.
September?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I like that one.
Yeah? You like that?
I'm still one. Give it up.
Keep on dancing.
So, all right. So, Running Man of the Dab.
Yeah,
You're a dabber.
You know.
All right. So, here's the one I want you to really think about. Because I always ask a question I want you to like really.
But we said we wasn't gonna go too serious. So you sure?
Serious.
Okay.
No,
All right.
Just a question.
Something to think about.
I want you to just think. Why just do an interview?
I'm ready for you. What you got for me?
Why can't I just do the interview? Everybody comes here and I'm confused. Who am I right now? Who's the interviewer? Donte, are you? I don't know.
I'm gonna relinquish all my power to.
Diva. Now I'm serious. Back to the question. All right. So I want to know if you could take your ultimate photograph of anything or anyone, living or departed, what would the setting be, and what would it be, or what color? And what color would it be in, black and white? So the question is, if you could take your ultimate photograph of anything or anyone, living or departed, what would the setting be?
Okay.
Sorry. And what color would it be? Would it be black or white, or in black and white?
Okay. So I would love to photograph the Obamas.
Okay.
I think they are some of the most inspiring people that we have ever come to know.
Okay.
And I would definitely want to shoot it in Paris.
Paris.
I have this weird fascination or obsession with the Eiffel Tower. So I would definitely do a sunset in the Eiffel Tower with the Obamas. Definitely black and white.
Okay.
Definitely black and white.
So now, how did you two meet? This is
do we
Danny's
have-
been quiet because I've been like concentrating on Dante.
You
But
take
now,
this.
Danny,
You go ahead. Take that.
You know,
Oh God, this is.
Funny story,
it's a
actually.
funny story.
Okay.
It's a funny
Funny
story.
story.
I had just moved back home to Boston from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Because I went to Clark, Atlanta.
Okay,
Shout out
Clark.
to CAU, you
Shout out
know what I'm
Clark,
saying? Panthers all day. So I had a friend of mine. Our moms knew each other, childhood friends.
Right.
And she actually went to high school with him. So she happened to move back home too. Maybe I moved home in May, she moved home in July. So then she was like, oh, I'm going to my friend Dante's house. You want to come with me? And I was like, oh, okay. You know, I just moved back home. Don't really have friends like that besides my high school friends, but you know, they have their own lives.
Right.
So then we met and we just
Instant.
It was instant. I've never had an instant connection with a friend before. Like just being like, you really mirror me.
Yeah.
Like,
It's the Aries.
It's the Aries. Like we found out that our birthdays are literally like a few weeks apart, same sign. It's just like
April.
Yes.
I'm March.
I'm a Taurus. Yeah.
Oh,
But it's all good.
Stubborn. You're stubborn. You're stubborn.
But Aries, you guys are fire.
We
Yes.
are. We're dominant.
Absolutely.
You guys are fire.
Yes.
Shout out to Aries.
Shout out to Aries,
Because
all the
Aries
Aries
season
out
is
And you
there.
know who I'm
Celebration.
and you know who I'm talking about. If you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about when I'm saying shout out to Aries. You
Shout out to
fiery
Aries.
people.
You
Right.
fiery.
We coming.
Set fire on one time.
We're coming soon.
Coming soon, Aries
So
season.
now let me ask you, what okay. What was it like the first time that you had a crush on your first crush as a kid? It could be any age. You could have been like 7. Just remember how you feel like when you saw the boy in class and you're just like, I think I like him. You're like,
I don't even think I know this one.
Well, it's funny. He lived in the neighborhood actually, so it's just like, oh, okay. I was like, oh, like I would see him like, oh, I felt like excited.
Yeah.
Like I felt like giddy. Like, oh, he's so cute. Like, oh, his fine self. And I'm just like, please don't say nothing to me. But it's like at that age, like as a little girl, it's like, oh my goodness.
you don't know.
Right. I just felt excited. Like I was like, oh, he's like, you know, like. I like his face.
Like there's something about him.
Right.
So now let me ask, who is your favorite? I'm gonna give you 2 hip hop artists. You just gotta choose which one you would like. Okay. KRS-One, Rakim.
Ooh, you know, I would really go with KRS-One. I would go. I like the South Bronx. South Bronx.
Oh, Bronx.
And don't get me on that. Don't give me the Biggie Bronx protection.
Okay, so I'm gonna go with Tupac or Biggie. I know that's been done so many times, but Tupac or Biggie.
And that's funny that you said that because I literally grew up in a house like that, and I was always a Jay-Z fan.
Okay,
I never answered that question.
It's just Jay-Z. Okay.
I love Hov, you know,
Okay.
but between those two, I'm gonna have to ride out with Biggie.
Okay, so Remy Ma, so everybody's on the sheet.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
Remy Ma
I got a lot
or
of
Nicki Minaj.
You know what? I'm a fan of both, but I have to give it to Remy because if you're a battle rapper and this is what this culture is about, that's what it's about bars. It's not about album sales. It's not about who looks better. It's not about the social media. You're a pop star. Do pop. That's fine. But when it comes to rapping, don't do subliminals if you're not ready for cannons, like to be thrown. And I just feel like with this beef, I just feel like Nicki, she went out not in the best way.
Not in the best way.
Like not the queen of rap wouldn't go out like that. Basically, she went out with oh, I'm getting your song taken down off SoundCloud and you can't perform it again. And then you come out with a verse that was, it could have been better. It was a F. She said she wanted to give people grades. It was a F.
I haven't heard it. But okay, so now you grew up in what area of Boston?
I grew up in Hyde Park.
So you're from Hyde Park. So like what were you like as a child? Did you always want to be in photography or be a creative?
Well, no, at 7 I wanted to be a journalist. It came to me like that was always my thing. I loved watching Ricky Lake, Oprah, Jenny, like those are my shows. Like you couldn't get me from my shows. Don't interrupt me, like from my shows.
Ricky Lake.
So those, go Ricky, go Ricky. But no, it came to me like a flash. It was just like, I remember sitting on my parents' bedroom, like on their bed, just like watching one of my shows, and it came to me like, I remember bright as day, like I was walking down the hallway,
She had a vision, y'all. She's serious.
It was like I was walking down the hallway and this little girl came up to me and was like, can you sign this? I signed it and she told me, she was like, Mommy, have a good show. And I was like, thanks, baby. And I opened the door, it was bright lights, and then I came back to myself. And I was like, ever since then, I wanted to be a journalist. I was like, oh no, like, and then I liked a lot of like journalists. Like I started researching like Angie Martinez, like Pebbles, all that. But one stuck out to me was Jackie Reed when she did BET Nightly News.
Jackie Reed, that's right.
So I was like, oh my goodness, I love her. And I looked her up and I was like, she went to Clark Atlanta. I was like, I need to go to Clark Atlanta. And then my neighbor across the street, she went to Clark Atlanta. So she was telling me about it. And I was like, I got to Clark Atlanta. I got to be a journalist like Jackie Reed. And yeah.
So you were just driven.
I was driven.
Oh man, I'm thinking, your mother wasn't giving you caffeine?
No. She wasn't giving me that.
Don't give the kids caffeine. No. Don't do it, Mom. No. They're gonna have G's about going to Clark and be
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm going to Clark.
Right.
But you know what I'm talking about, because she was like, I gotta go hit.
I gotta go to Clark Atlanta. Like that's
Big ups to Clark. Big ups to Clark.
You can't say that though. You gotta say Clark Atlanta.
Clark Atlanta.
We don't do that.
I'm sorry. Shout out to the A-Town.
Yes.
That's to everybody.
All of y'all down there in the A.
Right.
All of y'all.
So now these bright, young, innovative photographers, what's the name of your company?
Capture 412 Media.
Okay.
That's us. Danny is actually the host of
Cut from a Different Cloth.
Okay.
Yes, which, tell them about that.
Well, that's basically going to be a show, like the first show out of Capture, one of many that we're going to try to target for YouTube.
Absolutely.
And it's going to basically be an online platform where if you're someone who doesn't fit in the norm, like you go against the grain, this show is for you, because it's like, it's okay to be your own person. Like, be your own cloth. Don't be like everyone else. Don't be like your same fabric. Your own fabric is cut like you're God made.
That's
you know?
right. You're you. Be
Absolutely.
unique. Be yourself. Who wants to go walking around with tons of people and looking
like aspiring to be someone?
Yeah,
I aspire to be a better me.
Be
like,
you. Be a better you and stand out amongst the crowd and just be unique and just be, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But let me showcase. I don't know if everybody can see. Oh, okay. So they can see a little bit of your work, but
Yes,
I just want to kind of like just go like this.
There we go.
And just showcase some of this. This is like a collage.
When y'all see this logo, you know who this is.
Collage of their work. I don't know if you can see it through the glare, but there's one photo that was taken that really stood out to me. I don't know if it's on this collage. But there's if you go to the website.
Oh yeah, all the pictures on the website.
There's one powerful picture that stood out to me, and it's with this young man, and he has like locks, and he's like hugging his grandmother or something. It's a black and white photo. So if you get a chance to get on their website, like check out that photo. I really think that that's a really powerful photo. So now, do you plan on doing any like art gallery openings or doing any exhibits for your work?
Yes, absolutely. Definitely one thing at a time. I'm just trying to get us out there. But I have major ideas for Capture that I want to do from, I want to be the king of media. I want to control it all. So from producing shows and magazines, movies, music, I would love to do that. I just want to do it all when it comes to media. So photography is going to be my introduction into that field, and of course with the shows, but we're going to get out there. You will definitely see us around.
You gotta
Team Capture.
Yeah, you gotta get out there. You gotta have, as soon as you get the drive out there and it's out. Once you put it out there into the universe, things start happening.
Oh, absolutely. I do that. Laws of attraction. Absolutely.
You do. I mean, stuff just happens. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hopefully, with me, I hope I attract a lot of hot guys.
There you go.
Okay.
If you single,
Right, if you single in the Boston,
if you single in
go try
New York,
we can do that.
Whatever you put out there,
wherever,
it just comes back.
Comes back.
I just say there's a lot of handsome men out there. Hey, hello. But anyways,
It's a big world out there.
It always comes back around to hot guys for me. I don't know why. But anyways, so I don't know if you guys want to ask me anything. I always have open forums. If you guys want to ask me something, because I'm always talking to ask people questions. Like, do you want to ask me anything?
I think I'll let the journalists take care of
now
this.
I'm not trying to be all serious around here.
Oh, I don't do that. That's not how I. That's not how I.
Wait until you see the show.
Okay.
You can
Right.
definitely see snippets on YouTube.
Oh yeah, CFD.
Cut from different cloths, CFDC, Capture 412 Media. Just look for it. You'll see this pretty lady's face. You'll get to see interviews from Boston Curvy Fashion Week. We did red carpet events, things to that nature. You'll see it all.
Okay.
So, how long have you wanted to be a journalist? Oh, a TV host, I should say.
I just, you know what? It happened just by chance. I really didn't set out to be like a TV host or a journalist or anything like that. I went on one of the shows here at the station. They interviewed me, and I guess they liked my energy on camera while I was being interviewed. They brought me back again.
Okay.
And then my producer Henry was like, "Hey, how about you just do your own show?" And I was just
Shout out to Henry.
Shout out to Henry.
Shout out to Henry.
Henry the man.
Shout out to Henry. He's a man. Put it all together.
Henry. But I feel like you need to stick your head in here for some reason. I don't know why. But he offered me my own show, and I'm comfortable in front of the camera, and I'm comfortable talking to people, and so I was all about it. And so here we are.
Here we are.
Okay, so what were you doing before Cordelia's passion? Before
this, I'm an author, so I have my books. I do motivational speaking. Poets. I was just doing my art.
so you like poetry?
I write book. I have 2 books of poetry.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
on
with
Amazon.
So with poetry, because I know it's so many vast topics that you could.
I touch on everything.
So what would be one of your favorite poems that you wrote?
My favorite poem that I wrote? I don't know.
Really?
I don't know which one. They're all so different, and they're also inspired by something different. But I would have to say my 2 favorite ones are Fear and The Wise Men, a poem for the prophets. Those are probably the 2 that I read back, and I give myself the chills, and I'm like, what the heck was that?
Wow.
But yeah.
So then what would be like one of your favorite poets then?
Like my favorite. Oh my God.
Living or dead. That could be living.
Splendor in the Grass. Walt Whitman? Did he write, he wrote Splendor in the Grass? Walt Whitman?
I have to.
I'm pretty sure Walt Whitman wrote, am I right? Walt Whitman, Splendor in the Grass, Henry? Walt Whitman, he's my favorite.
Shout out to Walt.
Walt Whitman is dead, rest in peace, but he's definitely one of my favorites. He's one of my favorites, yeah.
Okay, so do you get to be able to broadcast like your at spoken word, poetry and stuff?
I do. I've done I do open mic nights, and I have like YouTube videos. Okay. I auditioned for Versus and Flow. I didn't get on.
Aw.
Everything happens for a reason.
Right.
I didn't get on
Okay,
Versus and Flow.
this is your platform.
But it sounds good.
Okay.
But I got the audition tape. The
There you
poem
go.
that's on YouTube.
There you go.
Okay,
There you
okay.
go.
So then where do you see yourself in the next 5 years, like with like being a host and you're seeing your show growing? Like, how do you plan on expanding? chance?
I didn't plan on using this platform to maybe work for a cable network as like a red carpet, correspondent, something like that in the next 5 years. Maybe I'll go back out to California. I don't know, but I see myself doing something like that, or working for a network, doing some kind of corresponding.
So do you think then, because I see that you mentioned California, do you think which media market is better, the New York area or the California, or even Atlanta? Throw Atlanta in there, Black Mecca.
I would have to say, in my experience, I'm going to have to say LA.
Why LA?
First of all, the weather's better. Weather's always good. And that's where all like the networks are. You know
That's
what
where
I mean?
everything
That's
is.
where everything is.
Everything
New York
is.
more like hustle bustle. I'm not really wanting to be rushing around.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I'm leaning more towards LA.
LA. Okay. Because I know a lot of journalists go out there, a lot of aspiring like correspondents and stuff. So if you were to go out there, what station would you want to work for?
Anyone that would have me, and anyone that's fun. Shout out to all the fun networks.
Shout out to all the fun networks.
Fun. We want to have fun. I'm not trying to be serious. I got enough stuff going on. People got enough stuff in their life. Ain't nobody trying to be on no serious
everyone needs a good laugh.
I just want to talk about like clothes and music and fun stuff, so yeah, something like that. Network that's just about fun.
Okay.
So yeah. But yeah.
I hear you.
So that's it.
So can you see yourself hosting let's say a Love and Hip Hop reunion or something like that? What do you think?
That would be trippy, man.
Yeah, it would.
I would need shots.
I think you would need a whole bunch of everything for that.
I mean, I can't say, I wouldn't say no.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say yes. I would just say, that would be something different for me. And it would be trippy to me. It would just be trippy.
Absolutely.
I would be like, how did I get here and where are we? But it would be fun because I would look at it like that.
Absolutely.
But I want to thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for having us.
And do you guys have Instagram or anything like that? Facebook?
All of that.
You have an Instagram?
First.
Yes, I have an Instagram. Personal, Danni Osofabo, DANNIOHSOFABO. And then also Cut From a Different Cloth _CFDC official.
We have Capture, just like it's spelled, Capture _4, spell out 1, the number 2, that's Instagram, Facebook, Capture 412, website, Capture 412, actually 412media.com.
Be clear.
Yes,
Right.
have to be sure of that, because sometimes you spell out the one, but no, on the website, we're legit, we're professional. So we actually gave you the number on that.
Right. Hooked you up.
Yes.
All right.
So yes, please follow us, share, you'll see us all around Boston. Hit us up if you have events. You want a journalist or someone to interview you guys, or you need some pictures taken. We do it all.
Well, thank you guys for coming on, and I wish you two the best of luck.
Thank
you're
you.
very young. You got bright future, and you have a very kind face and a very kind demeanor.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I kind of know him a little bit, but you seem like you're all right too, and good things.
I am. I try to be.
You got good things going on. So I'm glad you guys came on, and I'm glad I was like the first person to interview.
Yeah, we were so excited about this.
Right.
I'm like, everything that we do is a stepping stone to where we want to be.
that's
So we
right.
take every opportunity
Take it.
100% seriously.
Keep that
So,
mentality.
absolutely.
But thanks you guys for coming on.
Thank you
and,
for having
thanks
us.
for all you guys tuning in.
guys.
And
Thank you
all
guys.
you YouTube people that are going to be soon to tune in once this goes on next week. This is Cordelia's Passion, and it's a Friday night.
We're not that serious. Where's the wine? Peace.